Hello, welcome back. I am so excited to support you in this wonderful adventure. This video is going to be an introduction to some of the best ways to slowly integrate teaching ASL into your schedule with whoever you are teaching ASL to. I am going to talk about some of the ways I create a safe and inviting space to teach and learn, and some of the tricks to help the kiddos understand what you are teaching them. So let's jump right in. From my experience, it definitely takes some time for the kiddos to become comfortable with and understand what's happening when you begin to teach them ASL. But after some time, it definitely becomes more natural and part of their routine. Consistency and patience are very important during the whole process. As many of you already know, there will be days where the kiddos are focused and engaged and doing amazing. And then there will also be the days where they just can't focus at all. And it's just not there. And that's fine. No matter which day it is, we as parents, teachers, friends, whoever it is, get to consistently show up and support them. And that is the best gift. It's important for the kiddo to understand that there's a specific time that they get to learn ASL with you. And by continuing to remind them of this specific time you have, it helps build a schedule for both of you and helps the kiddo realize that during the time you have to teach them ASL, they get to be focused and learn. We as teachers don't want to overdo it with how much time we teach them ASL, and it's important to teach them for about 30 minutes because it helps them stay focused. It's also a good idea to have an established time that you teach them, maybe only like once a week. I taught my kiddos for 30 minutes, sometimes maybe like 45 minutes once a week for about 10 weeks. At the end of our time together, they knew so much that I had a hard time even figuring out what to teach them because they knew so much. That happened because we did 30 minutes of really focused teaching and once a week. Even just by teaching them once a week, they learn so quickly. It's not overdone. It's not too much for them to handle. In about 10 weeks, they had everything they needed to communicate with others efficiently. Kiddos all act in different ways, and the places we learn in really impact how we learn. So you get to build your routine with whatever works best for you. This is just the basics of what I found works well for me and the kiddos I was teaching. So please take this and make it work for you. Lastly, note cards, game changer. They are my new favorite thing, and I will be using them for forever. It helps the kiddos visualize what you're teaching them, and from my experience, it makes everything so smooth. These note cards cost less than $1 at Target or pretty much any general store. All you need to do is write down the word on the card, just like I did, and you can do it with some colors, because why not? I love the colors, and it just made everything a little bit more fun. And you do this for however many words you're wanting to teach in that lesson. So these are all the cards I have made during my time teaching my kiddos. And they are so helpful when teaching one word and also when teaching sentences. You can lay out the single word cards to make a sentence like this, like lining up next to each other. It makes it so easy for the kiddos to follow along and see the words you're teaching them, and then bringing it all together to make that sentence. Obviously, it takes some time for them to feel good about signing sentences because it's a lot of work. So it's important to start slowly and only teach them one word at a time for maybe like 2 weeks. And then once they feel good and comfortable with that, you can slowly start introducing sentences using that form of laying out the cards. Once you're able to start laying out the cards and making those sentences and they start to understand it, you can start slowly with 1 sentence, maybe 2, and then move on to learning more sentences. By the end of my time with my kiddos, we were learning 4 to 5 sentences in 1 day, which is amazing. And the reason why it worked so well was because of this method of laying out the cards next to each other, pointing along to each word, helping them understand and learn it, and then bringing everything together and visually showing them how the sentence works. It's important to have fun and do it in the way that works best for you, the way that you teach, because that is going to be what makes it the best learning environment for your kiddos. So make everything yours. Do it how you feel works best, and that will lead to you teaching these kiddos how to communicate with others through ASL. Okay, so those were my best tips and tricks on how to teach your kiddos to use ASL and take those next steps to communicating with them. In the next video, I will go over some good basic signs and teach you how to sign them so you can start teaching your kiddos some ASL. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye!